What's up everybody? So we're going to do a quick setup of the Note 9. If you saw the unboxing video, you know that I was totally caught off guard by the voice guide, which you see it has use voice guide here. You can check that or uncheck that.
More easily by guiding you through the steps.
There you go. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever used a phone that has a voice guide before, so I'm going to leave it on. But let's go ahead and jump through the hoops here to get it set up initially. Now I'm not going to do a data transfer or anything. I'm just going to start fresh in this video. I'm going to make subsequent videos for setting it up from another phone if that's something you want to choose to do. I know for text messages or certain apps it's just easier to do that instead of installing it fresh. My personal preference is just to start fresh every time, and in doing so you end up finding apps that you just don't need and kind of helps you filter out apps. But anyways, let's go ahead and start.
Let's get started. Wi-Fi would be quite handy here. Choose a network. Good news, we've got internet. Let's look at the terms and conditions. Once you read
Interesting. Okay, so I just set up my Wi-Fi, hit next, and then this is what happened. So you can read all these. I'll go ahead and do this off camera real quick. Okay, I've read everything, and I'm gonna go ahead and check this. Interesting. Diagnostic data, I'm not going to send that. Let's see if it'll let me go to next. Okay, so I'm going to sign in with my Google account real quick. I'll put that in. Okay, so I put in my Google info and it's asking me if I want to restore from a previous Samsung device. This is my S9 Plus, I believe it's asking for. I'm going to say don't restore. And then pick your date, time, all that jazz. Let's go ahead and hit next. Here we can set up a security method. This is really up to you, what you prefer. For my money, I would say a fingerprint and a password are the best ways to do this. But for right now, I'm just gonna say no thank you. Skip anyways. Here it's asking you if you want to set up your Google Assistant. Again, this is up to you if you use the Google Assistant or not. Not really critical to using the phone, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip this as well. So now it's asking if we want to use Google services to back things up, such as Wi-Fi passwords, permissions, location info, if we want apps to use our location, and how accurate we want the location to be. Again, you can turn this off in the settings afterwards. Device maintenance if you want to send system data. I'm gonna uncheck this. This one was checked by default. I'm gonna uncheck that one. I'm gonna go ahead and hit agree.
Log in to a Samsung account to get the most out of your device. Tap the service name for details.
The part where you had your Google account and all those previous steps where there was no voice, those are actually the Android setup steps. You're gonna get that on 99% of Android phones, I believe. This part where you have the voice again, this is the actual Samsung specific setup part. So this is where Samsung kind of takes a page out of Apple's book in that it asks you to create a Samsung account. Although the nice thing about Samsung is you don't have to use one, whereas Apple requires you to have an iTunes account or an Apple account. If you don't want to use a Samsung account, you can skip this. See, you've got the skip button that popped up down here. I do use a Samsung account because I'm a big fan of Samsung Pay as well as the themes that you can get. So I'm going to sign in with my Samsung account. Again, you can skip this step as well, but I'm going to sign in real quick. Okay, so after we put on our Samsung account, it's going to ask us to agree to terms and conditions. These two are optional, so you can just agree to the actual terms of service themselves. I'm not going to agree to either of these. I'm just going to hit agree down here. So
Let's transfer your content easily. Select the option you'd like to use.
So here it's giving us the option to restore from another device. Again, I'll do a separate video on this. For right now, I just want a clean, fresh start, so I'm going to select don't restore.
Sure thing. We can restore later in settings.
There you have it. If you change your mind, you can do it from settings. So hit next.
Almost there. Let's add some personal touches and really make it your own.
That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. I'll leave these as they are.
Alright, we're all set.
And there we have it. There's our home screen. Okay, so it's downloading updates. We see we got some Google Play Store updates, some Samsung updates, and for all intents and purposes, the phone is ready to rock now. I didn't put my SIM card in, but at this point it would be able to make calls, receive and send text messages, etc., etc. There you have it. That's a quick look at setting up the Note 9 initially. Again, I'll do videos on transferring data from an old device, on cleaning up any sort of bloatware that might be on there if you got a carrier version of the phone. This is an unlocked version, so none of the garbage AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, whatever apps pre-installed, but I will show how to clean those up if you have those. So if you want to see more videos on this device or other devices in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram. So until next time, keep it here for more Note 9 videos and more tech videos in general. Take care.